welcome. My name is Christian Lee, the business journalist at SBC Media, and today it's my pleasure to say I'm joined by Itai Zak, the Executive Director for iGaming at Digicode. Thanks for joining us today, Itai.
Hey, thank you, Christian. Thanks for having me.
To begin with, can you just give us a bit of a run through of who Digicode are and what you guys do?
So Digicode basically was established in 2008, headquartered in the US with multiple offices across Europe. You can think about Digicode like a one-stop shop solution for some kind of a boutique for the iGaming industry. Digicode is an independent IT and technology company with more than 400 professional, which basically services the entire iGaming industry across various of products and solutions.
What services does Digicode offer, and how have they developed over time, given that the gaming industry is one that's evolving so quickly?
So basically, Digicode started as a development company 16 years ago. Over the time, Digicode has evolved more and more into a one-stop shop solutions boutique for the entire iGaming industry. Some of the key services that Digicode provides can range from iGaming platform development, whether it's the core of the iGaming, the player management, whether it's sportsbook, lottery, casino, and other verticals. Another service the Digicode is pretty often provide is game design and development. So Digicode is a very special and big team of UI and UX and designer that are actually specialized in concepting, designing, implementing, and building some of the most innovative games in the industry for some leading tier 1 gaming operators. And more services can be assist operators with integrating third-party providers, whether it's a payment provider, whether it's content provider, or any other value-added service provider.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got all the bases covered there with all the different parts of the system. How does Digicode go about differentiating themselves from competitors and similar people? Yeah,
it's very, as you said, it's very competitive market. One of the main area the Digicode differentiate itself is its business model. Digicode, unlike many other providers in the industry, Digicode doesn't work on a revenue share model, which means we don't want cut in our partner business. We believe in a very transparent and fixed structure of cost, which is basically fit to each and every type of business and allow them to know and to plan exactly how much the cost of the service will be. Another very important thing that Digicode differentiates itself is that with Digicode, the client retain the full control over the development, over the source code, and over the IP, which means it's the client IP. Unlike the rest of the providers in the industry, where you are part of some kind of a central system, and maybe some of the things that you are asking your provider to develop will go and find themselves in some competitor that sits on the same platform. With Digicode, you can rest assured that whatever is being developed belongs only to you, and you remain with the full control and IP. Digicode also has a vast experience in iGaming. So the entire management of Digicode, the product guys, the chief architects, all the senior people in Digicode are coming with a very vast background in iGaming and a lot of experience in many different type of projects in all the advanced technology.
So building a little bit more on the word transparency that you used, why do you think it is so important to offer that transparency and to give operators that control?
Because operator wants to know how much he will pay for the service, not only now that maybe he's small and his business is not growing, but also 1 year or 5 years from now. And then wherever the operator is getting the full structure of the cost, and you understand the Digicode doesn't want to take part of his business. Digicode wants to get paid for the actual service they provide, and this will not change over time. Also today, some of the operators are afraid to innovate, and they're afraid to ask for innovative feature because they're afraid that this feature will find themselves in the same system using by their competition in the same market. With Digicode, as I mentioned, you can rest assured that this is not happen because whatever is being developed for you belongs only to you, and this system belongs only to you, and it will never find itself using by other operators that maybe sit on the same platform.
Yeah, I think that control is really important for
Yeah.
operators. Can you just talk to us a little bit more about the role of aggregators? I know you've used the word one-stop solution quite a lot.
Yeah, so basically, the role of the aggregator is pretty simple. Aggregators serve as some kind of intermediaries between the content providers and the operator. They basically, as it's called, aggregate multiple provider into a single solution and allows the operator to receive multiple content from multiple provider via single integration and single API. So the benefits for the operator are huge. Operator doesn't need to deal with hundreds of different content providers to contract each and every one of them, to integrate each and every one of them, which is very, lots of work is involved in this kind of integration. Doesn't need to have a big technical support team to support all these kind of things. He's getting all this from the aggregator. The flip side or the disadvantage of this model is that the operator is having less control because he's relying on the aggregator. He doesn't have the direct relationship with each and every game provider. And typically, this model is much more expensive because the aggregator is also charging some kind of revenue share on top of what the content provider is actually charging. So here's come Digicode. Digicode basically help the operator to benefit as a win-win from both models. Digicode developed what we call the DIH, Digicode Integration Hub, which facilitate very smooth and easy and transparent integration of multiple content provider into a single central system that is being controlled by the operator. So the operator will benefit from having one single integration of multiple provider, but on the same time, he will also benefit from having a direct relationship and being in full control over his content.
And you talked about some of the challenges in terms of expense. What are some of the other challenges that operators and suppliers face, and how can the Digicode solution help to meet them challenges?
So obviously we saw that our clients are facing several challenges. Some of them might have a very outdated platform that they're using for a decade or even more, which is not using anymore the latest technology, which is not flexible, which is not highly customized. And this is preventing them from innovating, from moving fast, for implementing very quickly changes. Digicode knows how to upgrade and modernize such kind of platform and allowing the operators to gain back this flexibility and agility, which is so important. Game providers, for example, are facing a lot of challenges. They are under a lot of pressure to provide more and more content, to develop more and more content, and then not only to develop more and more content, also to certify it in each and every jurisdictions to make sure that they are comply with each and every regulation. And this requires from them lots of effort and lots of overhead. Digicode is coming and helping them by actually allowing them to extend their product development production line by taking the games and helping them in the localization of the games for different markets and by certifying them to different jurisdictions, gaining the benefit of Digicode huge experience in working in all these markets and doing all these kind of projects. Another challenge that the operators are facing is the need to integrate multiple third-party providers like content providers, payment providers, and marketing providers into their core system. This is also very heavy task and require lots of resources, integrating with each provider separately. Digicode is coming to their help with this Digicode Integration Hub, allowing them to make much smooth and much faster and seamless integration into their core system.
Looking ahead to the future, how does Digicode look to expand its product range to meet the future needs of operators and suppliers?
So basically, Digicode strategy is to partner with tier one operators and suppliers in the industry and to build long-term relationship with those kind of clients. In order to support this kind of strategy, Digicode is planned to expand its manpower by the beginning of next year. During the first quarter, we are going to open an additional office in Europe in order to meet the growing demand of our partner. We basically will keep focus on doing what we are doing best, to serve as a one-stop shop for all of our clients' needs to provide them with the best technical services that we can, and providing them with the most transparent business model that actually allow them the flexibility to grow and to benefit from Digicode services.
It sounds like a very exciting future and something that
A lot.
operators and suppliers, there's a lot for them to consider there. Thank you for joining me today, Itai.
Thank you very much, Christian, for having me.